I just want to talk about like 1 year in regarding COVID. March 2020, we all got sent home. And then March 2021, everyone who wants a vaccine can get one. So beginning at that period, that's what I want to talk about going forward, because before that, I never expected they were going to do what they did. After they got we got vaccinated March through July of 2021. So first off, I would just say that beginning in March and April 2021, we were all told if we get the shot, the 2-shot regimen, masks off. And so then like a third of the population got the shot, and in late April, early May 2021, they said, well, there's some breakthrough cases, still wear a mask. So the carrot, which got lots of people there to get the shot to take their masks off, was told to be put back on. Almost a Simon Says thing, where, if you're generally vaccinated, it prevents you from getting something. So you wouldn't need a mask if the shot worked as advertised, but it didn't do either. So that was a big inflection point for me when for 2 months people were coming in pretty happy to work without masks who had gotten the shot, and I hadn't taken the shot yet. And why haven't you taken this? Oh, just not yet. I don't know. And then, like that, they were remasked. And, a few people were upset, customers, by the policy not acknowledging that, people said to themselves, geez, I did the 2 things they wanted to me to get the 2 shots, and they're still telling me I gotta wear a mask. So that was not a good sign. But in July, when like half the population of July of 2021 had received the COVID shot, President Biden and Harris said to have a great July 4th. We're making great progress. But it had already been known for months that, the COVID shot did not prevent the spread. So anyways, after July, and about 50% of the population having been quote-unquote COVID shotted, they did this strange pirouette where they began blaming people who were unvaccinated for the continuation of the COVID virus. Blamed for the continuation of the COVID virus and still being a danger to people who were vaccinated, who should have felt safe. You take a polio shot, the smallpox shot, you're set. I'm 63, 52 years ago I took a polio shot. That's what a street cred of a vaccination means. But no, so when they changed and turned on everybody at the end of July, early August, that, these people who were not complying with getting the shot, who just weren't worried that they were in the morbidity class, it was easy enough to find out if you were in danger, which is, if you're over 65, you're in danger. If you're under, you're okay. Probably. Unless you have comorbidities or you're going through cancer treatment. So it wasn't a one-size-fits-all, and the one-size-fits-all COVID shot, was a novel device, so it should have been allowed to be declined. And so the mandates that came out in August of 2021, when they were losing the battle and everyone knew that the shots didn't prevent the spread because they were talking about a 3rd booster at that point, they doubled down on the American people and told us it was our fault, and did a mandate for 5 or 6 months until January 2022. We had to wait while everyone was scared about losing their jobs. because or anyone who didn't want to take the shot was afraid of losing their jobs. And we had to wait till January of 2022 for the Supreme Court, Justice Thomas and, his fellow justices, I think 6 others. I think it was 7-2 decision, at least 6-3, that you can't force people to do that. You can't force the employer to do that. But all these states found ways around it, even though it was declared that you can't do this to your employees. The federal government can't. But that states can let companies do it to their employees. So that was, we had to wait 5 months until that was struck down. And it's the only balancing decision that we've had related to, we've had a few since, but they went after our rights. They totally abrogated the 4th Amendment. They tried to say they had the right to an illegal search and seizure of my, flesh. That's what the whole Nuremberg trials is all about. That's what, medical ethics is all about. Right of informed consent and right of refusal, and that could have been trampled upon so flagrantly while inciting fear in us, or at least fear in the population under 40, is really not okay. Because we tried to, protect the older generation by giving the younger generation a shot for something that never endangered them, and a shot that, is unnecessary. So that was a crazy year, beginning March 2021 through March 2022, actually all the way into April. I remember President Obama and Fauci, believe it or not, in 2022, April, in Chicago schools, telling the younger generation that if they take this shot, they're protecting older people. And it was completely untrue. Yeah, so that was the beginning of it. How many times they changed the goalposts. And then, to say that now there's 4 and 5 shots, where it's a 7-shot regimen, and that they're adding it to the vaccine schedules in states all across the country. This seems something that's highly irregular, unusual, and, again, a basic banker would say, does this loan make sense? I mean, does this make sense for that generation under 35? What about the ecology of their bodies? They already take 45 shots to get out of high school. And now the big reset is they're adding and forcing people over 18 to get into medical school, to get into college, to get a trucker's job, to be vaccinated. As if it's a giant power grab that needs to be stopped at the individual who has right of informed consent and right of refusal.